In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a new farm in SnapPlus and enter the necessary information on the farm screen to get started. Before we begin, let's take a minute to review the importance of having your farm information ready before you start. Having an inventory of your fields, soil test results, fertilizers, and if you have animals, manures, animal numbers, spreader calibration, and manure storage size all in one place can really help make setting up your farm in SnapPlus, well, a snap. So let's get started. Open SnapPlus and click on File in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Select New SnapPlus Farm. A window will pop up prompting you to name the farm. Then click Accept. Your newly created farm will open. Let's begin by taking a quick look around. I'm going to highlight two types of information. The areas highlighted in yellow are essential to getting SnapPlus to function properly as you move forward. These areas in blue are good to fill out but don't affect the program's function. You can always come back and fill these out later in the process. So let's start out with the essentials. The first area has to do with whether you are a WPDES permitted farm. If you are a permitted farm, check the box. Second-year manure credits will automatically be chosen. If you are not a permitted farm and do not use manure, you can leave the default setting or select from the other options. If you use manure, you need to document how the spreader has been calibrated here. The next essential area is crops. It is important to add any and all crops that you plan to grow over the rotation. These will then be loaded into the program and ready for use later in the planning process. There is a default set of commonly grown crops in Wisconsin, and you can select them by clicking on this button. If you would like to add crops, all you have to do is click on the crop, then use the arrow to move it over to your list. You can delete a crop by clicking on it and using the back arrow. You can search for a crop by typing in this box and clicking here. This is handy since the crop list is very long. The next essential area is the counties. You select the counties in a similar way to the crops. Click on the county, then the arrow key. Make sure to select all counties that the farm operates in, as this loads the soil information into the program. Okay, so that should do it. All the essential information to run SnapPlus is done. Now let's move on to the other information that will eventually need to be completed. The first area is the contact information and farm address. Another area that you can do now or come back to later is the farm narrative. This is a very important aspect of the plan since it can communicate and inform things such as farm specifics not covered elsewhere, any future plans for change, and any issues or exceptions that you want to explain. In this area for notes, You can add any notes here that pertain to specific crop years and can toggle through the different crop years by selecting the up and down arrows. The plan completion date is an area that you can come back to once you are finished with the plan and are ready to submit, but we're not there yet. After you have the essential information filled out on the farm screen, your next step will be to enter the soil test results. Watch our video on importing soil tests for more information on how to do this. This is the end of the tutorial on how to start a new farm and enter the essential information on the farm screen.